the more equipped you are, the easier it is to handle. And so there's lots of different things that you can do, from not saying anything and just quietly in your mind thinking, fuck you, or quietly in your mind thinking, this is not okay, to, saying, oh, hey, that's not okay, or saying, fuck you, or setting a boundary with someone, which is, I always talk about setting boundaries, and it's so hard. Like, it's like personal development stuff, and telling someone to stop saying fatphobic stuff is hard when you might have been very fatphobic all your life, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, don't talk shit about me. People who've known you for a long time could be like, what? What do you mean? You could also, have a list of different things that you could say, like sassy comebacks, or I actually have a blog post on my website which is sassy comebacks for when someone talks shit about your body. And you can also do things like walk away, or remove that person from your life, or temporarily remove that person from your life. But just the knowledge that it is not okay for someone to be commenting on your body, whether they do it in a quote unquote loving way or a I'm concerned for you, that's not okay. Never. It's never okay. It's none of their business. And so just knowing that is really powerful, just to hold that within you. And then at the time, sometimes when people say stuff, it's really hard to think of something to say, and a lot of times you're just like, oh yeah, okay. And then afterwards, coming up with something that's also helpful too, and you can be like, if I could have thought of it, I would have said this, and shake my fist. But even with me, sometimes I will get flustered when someone's just being a knob. Like, for example, I really like going to Kundalini yoga, which is like this yoga where at the end, the version I go to at the end, we just have a big dance party. And I would go, it's really fun. And so you're just dancing. And it's not like a choreographed dance. You're just literally flailing your arms, and everyone's just, dancing with wild abandon. And at the end of one session, this woman came up to me. She's like, oh, can I give you a hug? And I was like, okay. And she's like, I really love watching you dance. And I was like, oh, thank you. She's like, yeah, I was really bad at it too when I first started. And I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean you were really bad at it too when you first started? First, I haven't just first started. And second, you can't be bad at flailing your arms. Like, literally, it's just arm flailing. But we get a lot of people saying stuff like that. And because I presume they see my fat body and think, oh, bless her, it's her first time working out. Oh, it's so sweet. And, like if I also went spinning, and so I have a road bike and I have a cruiser, and I'm a biker, right? Like, I've got spandex and shit. I've got the shoes that clip in, like, I'm a biker. Anyway, so I went to this spin class, and then this guy saw me come in, and he was like, jumped up and he was like, oh, would you like me to help you, like, adjust your seat? And is this your first time here? And it'll get easier and shit like that. And he wasn't coming on to me. He was just being like, oh, bless, it's so cute that fat people want to try to work out. And it's like, fuck off. And in those instances, I didn't have anything to say. I was just like, thanks. And it was only afterwards I was like, well, I should have said this. And so be kind to yourself in those situations, because you're not always going to have the best thing to say. And the best thing for your mental health might just to be said to say, oh, thanks, see you later, sort of thing.